It is 1989 in Villarica, where a number of successful Italian politicians and entrepreneurs are meeting with Freemasons and bosses of the Casalisi clan, a cartel of Camorra, Campania's organized crime. Until then, the habit was to dump toxic waste down to Africa, but things were changing and Camorra was now offering a new frontier, Campania, to be used as a major illegal dump site. The Camorra would take care of the job, offering the industrial sector in the north of Italy a cheap way of disposing waste in southern Italy. How? By making it disappear underground. Soon it became clear a cover-up for the trafficking of toxic waste was needed. The solution was found in solid waste. In 1994, the first solid waste emergency occurred in Campania. Since then, emergencies kept happening like scattered explosions in a tumultuous 15-year-long environmental disaster. Camorra's trafficking of toxic waste could thus continue uninterrupted. In 2006, it was calculated that 31 million tons of toxic waste had been illegally dumped, the equivalent of a mountain 3,100 meters high with a 3-hectare base. While governments were busy solving the several waste emergencies, the Camorra could bring in toxic waste to be partly buried and partly illegally mixed with solid waste into authorized landfills.
In Italia, quindi, ufficialmente noi abbiamo, con i calcoli di Legambiente e del 9, qualcosa che si aggira all'incirca sui 30, 32, 36 milioni di tonnellate l'anno di rifiuti industriali. E di almeno un terzo di questa enorme quantità di rifiuti industriali si perdono le tracce. Questo da sempre.
Sì.
Ed è palese che si approfitta di smaltire in maniera più economica, ma quindi senza avere rispetto dei rischi sull'ambiente e quindi nella salute, una notevole quota di rifiuti industriali. Sappiamo anche quanto, perché è direttamente proporzionale alle capacità di trasporto della camorra, quindi per una percentuale che ufficialmente è stata calcolata dalla magistratura, variabile tra le 500.000 e il milione e mezzo di tonnellate l'anno, da circa 20 anni, è stata affidata a prezzi bassi a nostre ditte di smaltimento, ormai riconosciute far parte di un sistema.
Meanwhile, the strategy followed by Italian governments in order to solve waste emergency has been the one that could secure a new emergency in the future, namely opening landfills. Landfills that were partly sold off and partly outsourced to northern waste management companies that respectively subcontracted the management to other companies, often linked to the Camorra. The result has been an unequivocal ecological disaster. Campania is now covered with authorized landfills overflowing into illegally dumped waste. In the countryside, as the waste accumulates, Camorra sets it on fire, releasing in the air dioxin and other dangerous chemicals.
Cioè questo non è un paese normale, perché se fosse un paese normale tutto questo non succederebbe a partire da chiunque, dal più piccolo al più grande, cioè questa è la situazione di qua. Perciò io ho vergogna di essere, diciamo, cittadino di questo paese, non di napoletano, ma italiano.
Apart from those companies that saved money by getting rid of toxic waste through the Camorra, some others decided to find a business out of solid waste management. From 2001 till 2008, the waste produced by Campania was managed by the biggest construction company of Italy, Impregilo, that has turned it into 8 million tons of ecobalè, pellets of refused derived fuel. These ecobalè were not burned straight away. but rather stocked until today. It was done in order to assure that once Campania's only incinerator, built by the same company, would have been active, these ecobalei would get burned there, providing Impregulo with a fat turnover. A judicial investigation proved these ecobalei not eligible as refuse-derived fuel because made of unprocessed waste. Nevertheless, the ex-Prime Minister Prodi made them eligible for Campania's incinerator by simply changing the legal standards for this kind of fuel. The incinerator, however, is still in a trial period, and Impregulo's gold is until today stocked on what was once cultivated land. The current situation is severe. Recycling is seemingly non-existent, and a similar destiny awaits MBT's plants. Those that were constructed by Impregulo have been used for packing ecobalei and were never used to process recycling materials and composting.
Le istituzioni non fanno più politica, fanno business, fanno affari. La Camorra aveva capito già 20 anni fa che ammonnezza ricchezza e si sono trovati ambedue, Camorra e istituzioni, nel pentolone degli affari, affari d'oro, veramente dei rifiuti. La Campania è stata per 10 anni in emergenza rifiuti, con 10 commissari straordinari, eletti tutti dai governi centrali. Hanno utilizzato oltre 2 miliardi di euro, non per sistemare i rifiuti, ma per produrre ecoballe. 14 km di lunghezza, 4 di larghezza. Quando io li ho visti 3 anni fa, per la prima volta mi sono messa a piangere. Ho mai visto un disastro del genere.
Today, the environmental emergency has turned into a serious health problem and into a profound political crisis. The state has militarized landfills and sheltered by state secret incinerator plants. Italian governments and corporations have thus protected a €1 billion operation to the detriment of public health and resources.
Io ho visto quest'estate ancora dei casi, per esempio, di leucemia, una leucemia mieloide cronica, che noi dai libri sacri testi di medicina ci hanno insegnato che questa malattia si manifesta in età adulta. Io ho visto proprio quest'estate in altre zone della provincia di Napoli, in particolare nella zona nolana, voglio riferire, San Paolo Bersito, sono stato chiamato a delle consulenze, a visitare delle ragazze che stavano lì, dell'età di 30 anni queste ragazze, giovani madri, che hanno avuto la diagnosi in questi mesi, purtroppo per loro, di leucemia mieloide cronica, una malattia cronica che fa paura, è un tumore del sangue. Nulla toglie, le zone dove questi abitano negli anni passati sono state zone in cui si sono state chiuse, poi l'ho saputo recentemente, delle discariche, molte discariche abusive, nella zona di Petangolo di San Paolo Bersito e di zona nolana, e nulla toglie l'esposizione che c'è stata negli anni scorsi che aveva voluto portare queste leucemie.
All of this is made possible by the emergency status. It allows the Italian state to maintain a harmful situation through the implementation of emergency decrees that breach national and EU regulations. But what seems a no-way-out situation has instead a number of possible solutions. It would be enough to turn Ecobalei's packaging plants into functional MBTs and composting plants to already change Campania's condition. Moreover, by implementing good recycling strategies, such as the zero waste one, astonishing results could be gained. In Italy, as in the rest of the world, recycling technologies are improving and new ideas to abate the production of rubbish are flourishing. People began demanding for industrial redesigning of non-recyclable goods and to look for fresh products distributed on local levels.
Nature doesn't make any waste, and the reason that nature doesn't make any waste is that she has very sophisticated feedback mechanisms. So if something starts to be produced in too large a quantity, then something else in nature will get rid of it. It's a feedback mechanism. Well, we have a waste problem because we don't have feedback mechanisms. Out of this will come the message to industry that if we can't reuse it, can't recycle it, can't compost it, then industry shouldn't be making it. So this is the link between community responsibility and industrial responsibility. And we need that industrial responsibility if we are to get to the end of the 21st century with anything like a standard of living that we're used to.
In order to build a sustainable cycle of production, consumption and disposal in Campania, the criminal system that has governed it for the past 20 years must be reversed.